Hi everyone, it's Chenzo from RealityArtPod here to talk about the Week 3 Eviction episode of Big Brother 26. Previously on Big Brother, young Cedric's HOH continued after nominating Kenny, Angela, and Tucker. Tucker won the power of veto, opting to stir up chaos, and concocted a plan to use the veto on Angela and convince Cedric to nominate Quinn in her place to flush Quinn's power. When Tucker actually did use the veto on Angela, Cedric nominated Mackenzie in her place, who used her America's veto power, which left us with the patriotic duty of choosing a third nominee. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my playlist where you can catch up on my previous recaps and player rankings. If you like the content, consider liking and subscribing. But let's dive into it. Julie is dressed like an antique teacup going to a job interview with a baby blue satin blazer and matching smart pants. Not her worst look, far from her best, but her hair and makeup are on fleek. It's day 24 in the Big Brother house, and Tucker is playing a new character with mohawk, painted nails, and eyeliner rock on tucky. We pick back up where we left off. Angela is saved with the veto, and she's ready to
watch the rest of the house guests squirm because they deserve to.
Cedric explains that going against Tucker is best for his game, and they do show a flashback of Cedric warning Tucker that the plan wasn't going his way before the ceremony, with a quick shot of the America's veto on the expensive proto box, which is cool and underutilized. After the meeting, the guys meet and Tucker is pissed and calling out Cedric, saying he made an enemy.
It's a bitch ass move, dog.
Another flashback shows Cedric warning the Pentagon in advance of the veto meeting, and them all deciding together to nominate Mackenzie to flush her power out of the game. Mackenzie says she felt safe and wasn't going to use her power. When Mackenzie asks Cedric what the other plan was, obviously eavesdropping Angela can't help herself.
What was the plan?
Wait, was the plan for her to go up? Sorry, I could hear it all the way out here.
So now that everyone's questioning him, Cedric decides to hold a house meeting where Tucker tells the whole house about Quinn's power and that Chemo knew about it the whole time. Quinn fesses up, saying that he had the power the whole time, that he wasn't planning to use it. Angela calls bullshit on that, and Quinn says he wasn't telling anyone because he was scared of getting targeted. Quinn tells us that if he's nominated by America and loses the AI arena competition, the other house guests would be dumb not to vote him out, knowing that he has the power. After a break, Julie gets up close and personal to show off that mug, and we go back to the house where Brooklyn is defending Quinn, saying that she trusts him and wants to use the power to benefit the Pentagon. They start speculating about who America will nominate and pleading to America, which is pretty pointless to air because the voting is over. Joseph campaigns to America by showing off his karate moves, so Joseph was on the show. They round up for more fighting, with Tucker completely forgetting that Cedric warned him ahead of the veto meeting that it wasn't going to work out. This fight makes Tucker look crazy as Cedric calmly keeps repeating that he never lied to Tucker.
Cause I'm coming back from that AI arena and I'm gonna bust your ass up there, dog.
Tucker tells Cedric that he has the numbers to come after him. Tucker doesn't have such numbers. Julie talks to the house and announces that the third nominee voted by America is Quinn, which thrills Tucker, who's flexing literally on Quinn. Tucker, Kenny, and Quinn head to the AI arena called Data Dump. What do you know? Ainsley's messy ass has another problem. She has too much data and the players need to catch 20 red data balls in their tube. The balls are flying all around them. They get started and they're flopping around to the chambers. Kenny's flailing and Tucker's absolutely bodying this, collecting 5 balls at a time. Tucker really eats this, winning yet another AI arena pretty handily and celebrating obnoxiously as he does. Julie reveals to them that Tucker won the arena and they don't all lose their shit as much as they usually do, but Tucker rips open his shirt and does air guitar. Angela breaks down crying that her savior has been saved. The nominees give their speeches. Quinn's is funny.
House guests, America. Vote for me to stay. Thank you so much. I love you, Ice Spice.
And Quinn tells the house that he's gonna nominate Tucker next week, guaranteed. Kenny shouts out his family and surprisingly doesn't ask to be voted out. Julie forces Cedric to compliment her.
You look beautiful.
Go ahead, finish that sentence.
You look beautiful, Miss Julie.
And they get to the votes. The only vote to evict Quinn is Rockstar Tucker. Everybody else votes for Kenny, so Julie lets them know that by a vote of 10-1, Kenny has been evicted, and he happily joins Julie on the stage. In the interview, Julie brings up that Kenny has applied to be on the show for years. He says that being on, having young kids made him want to go home, and being on the block with Matt was really what broke him in the game. Julie very obviously hates Kenny, and we have to say goodbye to sweet Kenny K, who I originally ranked 4th overall. I felt that his background as a cop would help him to go undercover in the house and do pretty well. What I didn't account for is that he pretty much floundered and didn't want to be there, getting off on a bad foot, making enemies with Angela during her HOH, who really should have been a potential connection for him, and he bonds with Matt, which really isolates him from the house. I think the combination of Matt leaving, Kenny not being in a winning position, and missing home made him say he wanted to quit, and it was weird how he only wanted to quit when women had power, because when a man was HOH and the men wanted to form an alliance, he was giddy as a school child about the game. I'm quite pleased that he's gone and look forward to the house dynamics without him. him, as this was a win for everyone at home, including his family and soon to be him. Yet another successful Thursday episode, I think. I love the AI Arena. 3 weeks in a row, come into this episode not knowing who's gonna go home. The AI Arena competitions are fun to watch. So I would say, mwah, chef's kiss. I'm tempted to say that next week will be boring because we know it's gonna be a Quinn HOH, but actually a Quinn HOH is gonna be so chaotic. I'm curious to see if he would use a week as HOH to fix his game or get further HOH-itis and ruin his game even more. I'm tuned in either way. But that's all I have to say about this episode. I'll be back later tonight with updated week 3 player rankings. Subscribe so you don't miss them. I'll be back next Thursday with a weekly recap of all 3 episodes, and that'll be my schedule moving forward because I'm covering the challenge and soon to be Survivor on Wednesdays. Subscribe so you don't miss all of it. I'll see you later. Good night.